DIECAST NORBZ is a channel devoted to the teen to adult toy collector, pop culture fans, and fellow nerd enthusiasts. This is a PG-13 channel. I might say viewer and parental discretion is advised. Out there, it's time for another episode of DIECAST NORBZ Activate, and I'm DIECAST NORBZ Galactic Hooligan, and today, I have actually gotten something that I've actually been looking for a long time. Not really the genuine article, but this is a good KO! This is actually the Bumblebee 2.0. And I actually got it off eBay just like a little while ago and everything. I ordered for this thing and it actually came in pristine. It's actually a lot better than I thought it would have actually came in from China and everything. So like this is actually great. Here goes the packaging over here. You can actually see a lot of the really great stuff that Bumblebee actually does and everything. So this is actually gonna be fun. I'm actually stoked to see that to bring this guy over to you and everything. I've actually already gotten him out of the box and played around with him and everything like that. And along with the things that were actually like the things that people were just kind of like really off about, I wound up really enjoying this guy a lot. So let me take you into my ride through this thing. Welcome to the show. Let's check this guy out. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, as I'm actually still battling the algorithm gods! You know, so let us get into this guy. And sorry about that, but I'm really trying to fight these algorithm gods and everything. Share me around like a blunt, everybody, and we will check this guy out right now. So I think I am all set and ready to go, and finally I am actually excited because I've actually had this guy for like maybe about a week or two or something like that. I really haven't been in like the vein of just like being able to present a whole lot or anything like that, but I'll tell you that is actually ending now, sirs and ma'ams, because right now I am checking out Bumblebee and all of his amazing goodness, and it is a bug off. And right now we've actually got Masterpiece 1.0 Bumblebee over here, and the Siege Netflix Bumblebee, or is it Earthrise Netflix Bumblebee? But Netflix Bumblebee nonetheless and everything like that, and he's actually got his Autobot moonroof over here and everything. So I really love Bumblebee. I can't tell you how much I love Bumblebee. I don't think that there's a Bumblebee that I can ever really truly pass by or anything like that without having to pick him up or anything, and this was kind of like on my mind and everything for quite a bit. Kind of like the Volkswagen commercial where you actually see the Volkswagen actually pop up on this guy's head and grow bigger and bigger, and then they say, just get the Volkswagen. That's how I am about sport mini compacts and everything, and this guy is super, really ridiculously awesome and everything. I can actually kind of like get past all the flaws that he actually does have and everything. He has a couple of flaws, but he's no less fun as we actually go into the box itself and everything. Let us get into all the goodness already and everything like that, and let's just get the box out of the way. And we already have Bumblebee over here in this really nice it's not like a clamshell or anything like that, but it's actually like a really nice plastic packaging where you could actually kind of like come back and reuse it again. We'll actually take a look. We actually have Bumblebee over here in all his amazing goodness. We actually have a little figure of Spike with like an unpainted face, so that's actually great. We got a blast effect, we get a blaster, and then two more faces. And I love New York, and you know, or I Autobot New York, and as a resident, hold on, I'm just dropping things over here. As a used to be resident of New York and everything like that, I actually love this altogether. I'm pretty sure I'm actually going to be using this a whole lot more than what I'm actually like letting on right now and everything, you know? But so there we go. And let's look at all the accessories first, a little bit up close there, everything like that. So we actually have this blast effect right over here, which is actually very cool. You can actually use that his gun over here and everything like that. And here goes his blaster, and just put that right in over here, and that looks really, really cool and everything. I love how stylized this whole thing is and everything. We actually have Bumblebee's blaster right over here. That's actually just like a really great take on what he actually used to use in the anime. We have, let's get Spike to rise up. There we go. And he's actually really cool also for like a small little guy and everything. For a small little figure, he's really not bad. He actually has like quite a few points of articulation. He can actually like, well, make a 360 around with his head and everything. You can actually do the same thing with his arm over here. He actually has like a hinge right over here, right by his shoulders and everything like that. No elbow bend or anything, but he actually does have a waist bend right over here. Or like waist articulation right over here at the mid and everything like that. So you can actually kind of like get him to do an ab crunch and everything like that. That's actually really cool, actually. I love that. No in and out at his legs or anything like that, but he can actually high kick like a mother. So like, there you go. And you can actually just kind of like bend his leg over here. So really, all in all, a pretty good articulated Spike over here and everything. He actually kind of looks like Spike and everything too. I mean, except for the fact that he actually kind of like looks like a drone face and everything like that. But even though all his features are actually very muted and everything like that, you can actually at least see that they actually have some semblance of a human being. There we go. He's a human being. Kind of looks like Hasselhoff, doesn't it? Anyway, so let's get out of that, and then we are going to take a look at his faces over here. Just let me get those out first. And I think this was the one that actually came with him and everything all together. So there goes like one of his faces right there. And then we actually have the other one that actually has like his mouth closed and everything. So that's actually a really great one too and everything. And for a KO, like none of these features are actually too muted or anything like that, which is actually great. And then we actually have the I Love New York or I Autobot New York and everything. So there we go. And that is actually really cool. But let us take a look at the main, oh, and then we actually have all of this. Sorry about that, everybody. We actually have his instruction booklet. Let's just take that out of the packaging and wrapper and everything like that. We have, there we go. Okay, so we have stickers, clarity, damn you, clarity. There we go. We actually have stickers right over here and everything like that. We actually have like a couple of mud things right over here, a couple of like hearts and everything. If you believe in love, I'm actually kind of finding it hard for that right now. We actually have these two pieces right over here. I'm not exactly sure what those are actually supposed to be. I'm actually thinking this is actually supposed to be like one of the spores from the Transformers episode where Cosmos actually brought down, Cosmos was actually kind of like involved like with destroying these alien spores and everything that were actually that were engulfing everyone. So I think that's actually kind of cool. But like the rest of them, I'm not really sure what I'd actually use them for or anything like that. We actually have this really nice card here and everything like that. It is for Masterpiece Bumblebee and everything. It's actually just on regular cardstock. If you read Japanese, you can actually pause it right over here so you can actually get your reading on. So that's great. You actually have his stats right over here. So that's actually really awesome. I'm kind of surprised that they actually offer that as well. And then you get this gigantic booklet right over here where you can actually kind of like look at his transformation and everything that he actually does. So I'm actually just gonna go past this just a little bit for you right here and everything. So you actually have that, you have Bumblebee, and then you actually have like, there we go, all this stuff that he actually does here and everything too. So that's actually a really nice booklet, and I'm actually kind of surprised at like the quality that we're actually getting with this booklet and everything like that too. So that's actually really nice. But aside from that, let us go on with the main event himself. It's Bumblebee in his punch buggy goodness. Let's take a look. Did I tell you how much I love sport compacts? I freaking love sport compacts, and this guy altogether is just a great sport compact. Did you see that gleam that came over his glass right over his front mirror, right over his front window here? That is just super cool. I really love this Bumblebee. He is just really awesome. And I love the fact that he's actually so squat and so small, and he really reminds me of a penny racer and everything. If I actually had like a giant enough penny, I bet you that this would actually kind of like just fulfill that role and everything altogether. But a really, really nice representation of what he actually was in the anime and everything. We actually have these giant stylized wheels here and everything, so that's actually really cool. I kind of wish that we actually saw like VW symbols in here somehow and everything. I'm not exactly sure how small they'd actually be able to print them or anything like that, but like that is really nice. And the color matching really is not bad whatsoever on this guy at all, you know? We actually have like a couple of places for transformation where it doesn't really meet up or anything like that, but that being said, I can actually kind of like forgive it for everything that he actually does. The bonnet, just really, really cool. I'm actually loving the fact that we actually have this Autobot symbol. And right over here is where I'm actually having some problems with him joining and everything like that, like right on the hood. And I kind of wish, I actually did like take an X-Acto knife and I actually kind of like scraped away some of the paint and everything like that. I really hope it's not lead-based or anything, like, you know what I mean? But like it is coming from a KO from China and everything like that. But right around here, like on the inside, there's a peg that actually goes onto the inside of his feet and everything like that too. Spoilers. But right over here is like where you actually kind of like need to scrape away some of the paint, maybe some of the plastic too and everything like that, so it can actually join a lot better. So the more I actually worked with it, the more I was actually able to get it to join a lot more and everything like that. So if you guys actually do get it and have the same issue, I really hope that actually helps out and everything like that, because that actually kind of like seemed to like maybe work a lot more and everything, and I might do like a little bit more work on that and everything altogether. But he's really great. I'm actually loving the windshields over here and everything, and I love the windshield wipers that are all that right over there and everything. Kind of wish he actually came with like little rear view mirrors and everything like that, but it's actually okay. We actually have like all of this going. You can see like some of the robot bits and everything like that going on in here also and everything, but it's really not too bad or anything like that. I'm obviously impressed with this and everything. We actually have the back, we have the tail lights right over here. They're unpainted. We actually have this piece right over here that used to be his wheel and everything like that, you know? Like all in all, for a small little round guy and everything like that, for a small little round Volkswagen, it's great. I love this so much. I'm actually having a lot of fun with this. And we actually have this right over here. So like we can actually kind of like include that and slide this right in here. And when you're actually like when you're actually taking this off, you actually kind of like just have to jimmy it just a little bit or rock it back and forth as you're actually taking it off. But look how cool that is. I love that so much. And there is a slot right underneath where you could actually put his blaster and everything like that if you actually did want to store his blaster away. So there you go. It's not the same as like say like Bumblebee 1.0 and everything like that, where you could actually kind of like hide like his blaster right underneath his leg, and it actually kind of like stored it a little bit better. But that is actually still really cool. And if you get it in there well enough, it doesn't inhibit the rollability or anything like that. So he's actually great, 1000%. I really love this guy so much. I can't stop gushing about this guy. And Spike has got to get to work now and everything. So like he's actually going to use his friend Bumblebee to get him over there. Hey Bumblebee. So he's actually going to get in, and then we're just going to open this up by just kind of like, I kind of wish you could actually get a Spike in by like using the doors themselves and everything like that to open and close and everything. But you actually have to kind of like de-transform him as just a little bit just to get Spike in there and everything like that, if that's what you actually want to do. So let's just get this out of the way, and then we'll just open up the hood, and then that's the only issue that I really have with this guy and everything like that, is that you actually have to misconstrue him a little bit and everything like that in order to give Spike the ability to ride within him and everything. You know what I mean? But like, aside from that, he's actually really cool. This is my first time doing this part of things. Let me see if I could actually get his feet. Oh, they actually fall off. And take two, which I'm actually finding out is that you actually have to kind of like bend his legs a little bit in order to get him in there and everything. So these pegs are actually really easy to like actually come off and everything like that all together. And then his legs as you're actually, and then his hips as you're trying to fix everything back up in here. And his other knee is actually coming off also. So, you know, like his guy actually has some pretty great engineering and everything like that, right? So there we go. And then we will, there we are. Now he's actually in a sitting position, and now we can actually get him right on the inside and everything like that. And then let's see if we can actually get this guy to work here. Okay, there we go. And then all we have to do is entrap him in Bumblebee. So let's just try to peg this side in and then get everything back in order again. And we actually just have to kind of like peg it in a couple of little places here and there. So let's get this right over here and then peg this in. And I'm not exactly sure if I'm actually going to be able to get the feet in, so give me a second. Yay! So I finally got him in, and it took a long time to do that and everything, but I actually admittedly had to do a cheat because now Spike is, hold on everybody, now Spike is Chip Chase now and everything like that, because I actually had to completely take off his legs and everything in order to get him into the car and everything. And they actually do say that you actually have to bend the legs in order to get him out, in order to get him in. What actually happened with mine though is that the feet of Spike actually kept on protruding out from the hood of the car and everything like that. So that really wasn't the way I wanted to go and everything. And everything that I actually tried doing to actually put Spike in here and everything like that, it just kept on mangling up the whole entire process of making it look this clean and everything like that all together. So sacrifices actually had to be made. And it kind of looks like Spike is actually just like right up against the windshield. He's like, help me. Am I right? Am I right? Anyway, let's get into some comparisons. For size comparisons, let's check Bumblebee out with Netflix Bumblebee, and this is actually really making me wonder exactly what we're actually going to get with the Studio Series Bumblebee. I really hope that we'll actually be able to match this color on Studio Series and everything. And also, Hasbro and Takara, will it hurt you to give him a smile? Like, make this guy hurt less. And Masterpiece 1.0 Bumblebee, and they look great. I really love this guy still and everything. There's still a couple of things here and there that I'll actually kind of like gripe about and everything like that, especially with this panel that's actually like just very loose on mine right now and everything. I haven't thought about giving it the Kiki's treatment or anything like that, but I am. And these guys are actually pretty great together and everything, although you can actually tell exactly what styles they were actually looking for and everything like that. Which one do I prefer? They're both amazing for what they actually do and everything like that. I love this with his more heroic barrel-chested kind of look and everything like that. Kind of like makes me think of like Layfield's version of Captain America and everything like that actually in robot mode. But like he is a very, very cool Beetle and everything. I'll always love this. But this guy over here is just so cool and so, it's got like a lot of kitsch and everything like that. I'll actually tell you that much, you know? And I'm loving all the color that's actually in here and everything like that. It's actually great. Just makes me happy. They both make me happy for two different reasons, and I love it. I don't think that I'll ever get rid of any one of them. My brother actually kind of like came over and told me that he still likes the way this one actually looks a lot more and everything like that. And I get exactly why he'd actually say that and everything, you know? There's like a lot of stuff that's actually going on all over the place and everything like that with this guy. let's get this guy into robot mode and let's see everything that this highly stylized Bumblebee actually does. Let's do it. Headshot! Transforming this little guy is actually really fun, actually, and I didn't think I had any issues going with this guy whatsoever. I know a lot of people were actually really complaining about his transformation and complexity of it and everything like that, but it's really fun and intuitive. I like it a lot. So first thing we're actually going to do is we're actually going to split this right in the middle right here and everything, and this is where we're actually going to start working on his feet. First off, let's just bring this out of the way. We're actually going to bring everything that actually goes onto his back into the forefront here and everything by flipping this around here, and then just there, and you'll feel a little thump when you actually put that all on there and everything. It's not broken, it's just that that's the way it works. Next, we're going to start working on his feet over here. We're going to bring down this piece of the wheel well right over here, and then we're actually going to open this piece up, bring out his legs, bring this around, close the side panel right over here, and then just bring this in until that actually all clicks in there. So there we are. And then with his feet, there are actually there's a very regimented, complex way of dealing with it and everything like that. Let's bring his legs down here. We'll bring up his feet. We'll bring down his bumper and everything. And then on the inside, we actually just want to bring all of this in. How did I do it again? Oh yeah, so we're actually going to want to bring this in from this section right over here. Just make sure that it's in that configuration, and then we'll actually bring his doors in. We'll slide it on that pin, and then we'll just bring down the doors and then collapse his windows over here, and then that's 1 foot done. We're actually going to do the same thing on the other side. We'll open up that panel, we'll bring all of this out and everything like that, and that's where you'll actually see Bumblebee's knees, the bee's knees, get it? We'll actually bring that in, and then we'll actually rotate all of this around and then bring that there just like that, and that's actually really nice and complete. And now we'll actually bring this wheel well all the way down here, and then we'll rotate the front of the feet. We'll bring down the bumper because it's usually up. We'll bring this side of the bumper inwards and just let that go all the way in there. There we are. And now we'll actually bring this down over here on the slider. We'll bring that in, and then we will close his feet just like that. And then there goes Bumblebee's feet. From his feet, we'll actually start going over here. We're going to raise the roof. And actually, let's just do this first. We'll open up the back of his rear right over here, and that's where we'll actually see the Autobot symbol right over here, so you know you're actually doing something right. We'll raise the roof then, and we'll just do that. We'll get all of this out of the way so you can actually kind of just put his arms right through the roof over here and everything, and then we'll actually do this. And then let's bring this down a bit. Let's close this off now. There we go. Now we close that off so you don't have to worry about it. Let's just focus a little bit. And now we'll bring this whole entire top section all the way through, and then let's bring this all the way over here, and now we'll bring his arms out that way. Just separate the arms, and then we'll just leave that like this. Let's just bring his arm out there, and then we'll close this panel off, and then we'll unfurl his arms right here. Let's just orient them and rotate, and then bring the panel down like this. We'll take his head, and then we'll actually bring that all the way out over here. There we go. And then this is the head I decided to stick him with. There we go. Isn't that the derpiest thing ever? I freaking love that. So now we will actually just bring all of this out and then we'll bring his wheels in. We'll kind of close that off, and then we'll do the same thing on this side. We'll just put that wheel well in just a little bit, and then bring that all the way into his inner body and try to combine them as much as possible. There we go. And then bring this up. Now we'll actually take these two fins right over here and kind of like slide all of this down into his body over here. So let's do that, and then there's a slider that kind of like helps us along with that and everything, and just kind of like helps the whole entire back orient a little bit more and everything. And then we're going to rotate his lower body right over here, and then we'll actually bring this in like so, and then there we go. And now last step is just bringing all of this in a little bit close to his body. Now it's actually not going to be like total science or anything like that. Like I'll actually tell you, I think what parkour actually does is actually like a little bit more eloquent than what we actually have on Bumblebee and everything like that. So it's not going to be a perfect fit on his back and everything like that. If that's going to annoy you, this toy isn't for you or anything like that. And just fitting his head onto his shoulders, and there we go. We got Bumblebee in robot mode. Hey! The King of Yellow is back. The King of Sunshine. All hail, he is Bumblebee, and this guy is actually really awesome. As I'm telling you, this figure might not be for you or anything like that, but he's got me written all over him and everything, you know. Bumblebee is actually a lot cooler than you'd actually think and everything. Looking over his features and everything, like his face is just exactly what I need right now and everything like that, you know. You could easily switch his faces, so I'll actually show you the one that he actually came with, and then we'll just like take this face off, and then we'll put on his more stoic face, I guess, you know what I mean. So like there we go. And there goes Bumblebee right over there with his more muted face and everything like that, which is actually okay. And then we can actually change that off. It's actually really easy. There's a small peg right over here and a pegging system right over here. So let's get this other face going on over here. I guess his wide-eyed wonder face and everything like that, you know, so that's actually really cool too and everything. That's like a stage between the both of these other faces and everything all together. But for me, I am all about my cheery little fella here and everything like that. So let's get this face on permanently. I might super glue that or something, but there goes Bumblebee in all his goodness. And as I said before, this derpy face is actually what's actually keeping me going right now and everything like that, and some of the sad times that I've actually gone through and everything. But he is just super great, super amazing. I am loving all of the panel lining that's actually going on right into his face, going like right over here and over here. I love the fact that they actually achieved the roundness of his face and like the shape of his head and everything like that too, you know. It's great. His horns are actually pointy AF. Like I really think that's actually really good and bad at the same time, because it's horrible when you're actually transforming him and then all of a sudden you're trying to get the head out and then all of a sudden you're like, ow, ow, you know. But he's actually super cool, and I love the fact that he actually does have the pointed horns here and everything like that, you know. It kind of like makes me think that they know exactly what market they're actually going for, which is the adult collector and everything. So that's actually really great. I love like the whole entire chest piece right over here and everything. I kind of figure that they can maybe make another figure out of this, not Red Bumblebee or anything like that, or like not a cliff jumper, but I kind of feel like they can actually go ahead and like make this into a glyph by like maybe changing the face, like maybe changing the chest area and everything like that to make it like stand out a little bit more and everything. But like this is actually really great. I sometimes mind the faux chess pieces and everything like that, and sometimes I'm actually okay with them. Like, I'm, excuse me, I'm actually like really two sides on this and everything like that, because like the rest of him is actually great. I love like the blocky shoulders right over here and everything. That's great. I love this. And I was actually thinking that the arms might be a little short on Bumblebee and everything, so let me just go out a little bit here. I actually thought that he was like a little bit short for a Bumblebee, but if you can actually see from the animation model and everything all together, the arms are actually just that short and the legs are actually just that long. You know, so like aside from like just having it just that way, I think they actually did pretty well with kind of like bringing him to life, you know? So let me just bring this out a little bit. My camera wants to do its own thing. I love the Autobot symbol right over here, you know, like his codpiece over here and is really great. It's actually kind of like almost flawless with how they actually face it and everything. His legs are actually kind of broken up because you actually do have to make them like chairs and everything. I love the smooth lines over here and everything like that. And it really still amazes me that from this, where we actually have a rounded Bumblebee and everything like that, to this where his legs or his feet actually go super flat and everything. That's actually so interesting to me and everything. I really love that. The elephant in the room is actually going to be this backpack, and everybody's saying, what are those? But let me tell you something. It's okay. For our first attempt of making a Bumblebee and everything like that, I can actually kind of overlook it. I kind of look at it as like a giant backpack and everything like that, a giant robotic backpack. I'm pretty sure they're actually going to do a lot better with Cliff Jumper, with Hasbro or Takara's Cliff Jumper that's actually going to be coming out pretty soon. Hopefully he won't be as expensive. I've got my eye on Parkar right now and everything like that, but aside from that, it's actually just okay and everything like that. We actually still have his bonnet right over here with his Autobot symbol and everything like that. We actually have that kind of like tire, like that spare tire piece that he's actually supposed to be having right on the backpack and everything also. The back of the windows are... it's not for everyone, you know what I mean? Like, it's I really hate the fact that they actually do the windows and they kind of like put them like this and everything like that. It kind of like makes me think that they didn't have like enough space, or didn't think that they actually had enough space into the interior with the foot altogether and everything. But with the way they actually made things transform, I guess it's actually kind of like a doable solution and everything like that, but you get used to it, you know? I hate the fact that they actually put the door over here and everything, and I always wonder if you actually put it down someplace, if these doors will actually get scratched up and everything like that. I still haven't had any issues so far or anything, but I'm being super careful with him and everything. He's actually great. Like his articulation goes as so. He can look all the way up like this. His neck actually has an amazing range. You actually have a 360 all around and everything. You can actually, if you extend the neck, you can actually look down a little bit. So like that's actually pretty good. He actually has a really great butterfly right over here and everything. And I think you actually also have like an upper arm piece right over here, along with this hinge over here and everything. So you actually have a great range of motion right over there. You actually have a 360 on their arm rotation, so that's actually really great. Bicep rotation right over here. You actually have more than 90 degrees over here and everything, and I love the fact that you don't lose the arm bend right here or anything like that. So that's actually really great. You have wrist rotation right over here and everything, which is nice. You actually have a closing fist and everything all together. So like he actually does have like 4 fingers jointed all together and everything by a pin right over here. So that's great. You can kick all the way out like that because his codpiece actually separates and everything like that. And then you can actually kind of like go all the way out like so, I think. Yeah, you have like a little, yeah, you can actually go all the way out just like that and everything. So you actually have Kung Fu anytime, any place, you know, so like that's actually really great. You have a little bit of a, no, actually a lot of bit of a rotation right over here at the upper thigh, so that's cool. You can go, you can bend his legs to an amazing degree right over here and everything. So like, there we go. And that's actually really, really nice. You have toe flexion right over here. So that's actually really nice. And you actually have an ankle tilt going outwards, I'm going inwards, nothing outwards or anything like that, but really just an amazing amount of articulation. No turn right over here by the foot or anything like that, but you can't have them all. And last but not least, if you really wanted to, you could actually remove this thing right over here, and then you'll actually have like more of a waist pivot and everything like that all together. So I think he actually kind of like has a lot that he can actually do for the price that you actually have him for and everything like that. I still think he may be a little overpriced and everything like that, but he's actually still kind of cool at everything like that. I got him at a KO price, and but even the KO price was actually kind of like a little bit much than I actually thought that I would have actually paid for him. I was actually looking for him on Show Z and everything, that actually kind of like had him for like about 45 bucks and everything like that. So like eBay seller wasn't so bad or anything like that, but at the same time, I kind of wish that I could have actually gotten him at the steal price and everything, but there we are. And let's give him some powers, and that being his blaster right over here. And it actually has a slot that's actually right on the inside of his hand right here. And then you can actually put his blaster on the inside, and there we are. And then you can actually have him blast his way out of situations. So that is great. And then you actually have this piece right over here. So you can actually have him fire at will and everything like that, and that's really, really nice. I love the fact that you can actually do that with Bumblebee and everything, you know? He's just like a really great figure and everything. I'm loving this guy so much. And let's give you some happy comparisons with Bumblebee. We'll give you Bumblebee and Stoic Netflix Bumblebee, Throttlebot Goldbug, Animated Bumblebee, and yes, I will be doing a review on this guy real soon. I just haven't gotten a chance to it yet or anything, but he's amazing. And 1.0 Bumblebee, and I really didn't think that this Bumblebee would have actually been a lot taller than this version of Bumblebee. And it's actually really interesting to see how the both of them actually look together and everything. We actually do have this guy that's actually been around for forever and everything, but this guy just really stole my heart and everything like that. He is just great. I really love this Bumblebee a lot. He's still going to be sticking around and everything. I'm not really sure if this Bumblebee is actually going to be staying around in my main Masterpiece collection, but come on, look at this guy. Look at this guy. This guy is just super great and everything, you know, and everything that he actually does, it's just wonderful, and I love it. Anyway, I'm going to give you final thoughts in just a moment. Look at the new face of Terra. If happiness had a face, thou shalt be Bumblebee. Bumblebee is awesome. I don't care what anybody says. I know a lot of people have actually met him with like a lot of chagrin and like a lot of like angst and everything like that because of like all the things that he actually does wrong. But what about the things that he does right? Which is just being this cute, really amazing articulated figure and everything. He is really extraordinary. I cannot say how much I've actually enjoyed handling this figure altogether and everything. He is great, he's robust, and I'm actually really surprised about the quality of this figure considering that he's a KO. He's really everything that I've actually wanted in this guy and everything, and I'm glad I get a chance to experience this figure. I've been wanting to experience this figure for years now, seeing this guy, kind of like watching him like go idly by and everything, and I'm just like, when is it my turn? Well, I finally got a chance to check him out and everything, and I really think he's great. If you have the means to get him, he's awesome. If you actually wait around, maybe I'm pretty sure that they're actually going to make a 3.0 Bumblebee or 4.0 Bumblebee soon enough and everything, but I really enjoyed this character a lot. I think he should actually be in your collection, and he's staying in mine. And that is really it for me today. I really enjoy you guys watching me gush over this guy, as he's actually one of the coolest figures I've actually gotten in a while and everything, aside from like everything that I'm actually checking out in United. And United will return really soon and everything. I'm actually kind of like getting ready to like actually start reviewing a few more of those figures, but I could not, how like as soon as you actually get something in your collection, you have to move everything out of the way and everything like that to make room for one figure. That was this figure for me. I really wanted to make room so I could actually tell you guys about how awesome this is and see exactly what your response is. So if you actually get a chance, comment about this guy. Let me know exactly how you think. If you have him, let me know how you feel about him and everything. Do you actually hate him? Do you love him? Do you want to punch me in the face for like actually talking about this guy so highly? Let me know. Let me know down in the comments and everything like that. I really appreciate each and every one of you joining me once again for my trip through nerddom. I really would love it for you guys to come back again and everything, but I'm glad you got a chance to hang out with me today and everything for this guy who I actually think is awesome. And this is the face that's actually happiness in every single case right now and everything, And I hope that you actually experience happiness as well and everything. You see how I actually segued into like my positivity vibe and everything? Listen, every single one of you actually has a choice to make to be happy and everything. Make sure that you're actually bringing happiness, love, attention, intention to everything that you actually do. Make sure you bring that 365 degrees all the way around the universe and back over here to HQ, because I could actually use that power and I actually bestow it back upon you all. Also, remember, when these stop being magical, that's when I'll stop collecting. I look forward to talking to each and every single one of you soon.